Hey, I am here with an Epiphone SG. A friend of mine bought it, and it had, I don't know if you can see, but there's a crack in the neck. You can feel it here, and you can see a little bit of it there. Yeah, so you can totally see it. But anyway, it was bad. So I glued it up for him and fixed it up and all of that. And then I put some knobs on it for him. He got gold knobs to put on it, and it needed some other little minor things. But anyway, I figured I would do a quick video about this guitar. So, I'm not an SG fan. I had, in the 80s, I had like a 67 or something, 65, mid-60s SG, a Gibson, and kept it for a couple months and got rid of it. It was not for me. But anyway, this is a really cool guitar, you know, for an SG. It sounds great. That's the bridge, the neck. He has it strung up with slightly thicker strings than I prefer, so that's why I like my bending's a little bit off. I'm not used to the thicker gauge strings, but it's a cool sounding guitar, and with a little bit of gain, the pickups really sound good, I think. Well, a little bit of gain, a whole ton of gain. It sounds really cool. And even the tone control, I think, is pretty useful on this. So this is the bridge pickup with the tone control all the way down. It doesn't completely kill the tone and just muffle everything. It sounds all right. In the neck, of course, sounds similar too, as far as the tone. So the tone all the way down. The knob is like right next to the jack, so I'm so used to like a Strat where I can just roll it with my pinky. My pinky doesn't fit. So that's the neck pickup with the tone all the way down. So still, I think, a completely usable tone. I like it. So let's talk about the guitar a little bit. Standard SG kind of thing. I think the wood looks great. I believe it's just a laminate on the back and front. It's a nice matte finish. It feels really cool on the neck and everything. It has Grovers, which I'm guessing are original, which is a nice upgrade. Everybody in the 70s was doing that, you know, more mass, more sustain, and all of that. Like I already said, the pickups sound cool. It has the classic SG look. It has that little trapezoid piece of plastic that goes here, instead of having the neck reach a little extra. I guess some Epiphones have that, and it doesn't. It sort of ruins the classic look. My issue with this guitar, aside from I'm just not used to an SG. Like, I'm sitting there playing it, and I'm like, why aren't I picking here? Why am I picking here? And why isn't the 7th fret here where I'm expecting it to be in relation to my body? It's here because everything is shifted a bit this way because of the body shape and everything. But aside from that, it's a great sounding guitar. A couple things. It definitely, with the strap button here, it definitely sort of pulls away from your body. So I can see why some SG players put the strap button here, because then it would hold straighter, it would hold perpendicular to the floor, I guess. The other thing is neck dive, especially with the Grovers. I think with the added mass, this specific guitar, it just goes clonk, like straight down. So that's a real issue for me, at least. And standing up, same thing, it just goes clonk. One thing that you might want to watch for is the neck is chunky. So it's not necessarily really thick. It's not like a baseball bat kind of a thing, but the sort of shoulders on it, on the curve, so instead of being sort of like a nice smooth little arc, it's really kind of steep, and then it flat across the back, and then steep up to the fretboard. So I'm talking about like a cut of this angle. So here it's really thick instead of a gradual kind of a curve. So that makes the neck feel really thick. A lot of people like a good solid neck. I know that a big solid neck contributes to tone, and it makes it sound better. But for me, that's a playability issue. It feels way too chunky for me. But again, I'm not used to this. I like Strats with slimmer necks and everything. But it sounds great. The Grover tuners keep it in tune amazing. There's really not much I can say bad about the guitar. It's a really nice guitar. It looks great. It's the classic SG and a fraction of the cost of the Gibson. A friend of mine has a Gibson SG and loves it, and it's like all he plays. And he tried this and was very impressed. He actually really liked it. It's very much like his SG. The neck is a little chunkier than his Gibson. He has, I think, a 2017 or something, a recent one, and it's just like the standard model, the $1,400 or $1,500 model, whatever that is. But that has a neck that I like a little better. This is a little chunkier, but it's a great guitar. I really can't fault it, except that I am just not a fan of the SG shape and style. But it's a great sounding guitar, and if you're in the market for an SG, you definitely would want to check out the Epiphone SG. It's very cool.